Doug, you're still with us on International Affairs Commentator. Doug, this is coming in. It was very interesting also listening to Patrick, wasn't it? He's saying that he believed this was on the down low. There was no way that they would have communicated this. They've learned from past lessons. Take a listen to this. This is coming from the Russian Defense Ministry on Telegram, saying that they've confirmed several planes were ignited on Olenia base in the Russian far north. That's Murmansk. Then also Belaya. That's where we saw the footage released by the SBU, the Ukrainian intelligence services. That's in Irkutsk. That's in Siberia. These are, as we heard before, between 2,000 and 5,000 kilometres from Kyiv.
Far from the front lines.
And also, we are hearing from Patrick saying that 5 bases, according to the Russian Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association, there were 4 bases targeted, Ukrainka, Engels, Dvilivko and Ivanova, and 2 were hit.
Time and again throughout this war, since the full-fledged invasion in February 2022, we have had instances where Ukraine, its army, smaller, outmanned, outgunned by the colossal might of the Russian army. They're up against an adversary that is far supreme in terms of military force. Ukraine has shown that it's had to be nimble, but also what it has shown, and this is an exclamation point in a sense, if this operation is confirmed to be what the reports say it is, another shot across the bow literally to not just Russia's military, but also to Russian public opinion. Remember the war? Here's the war. It's not in your doorstep. It's deep in your heartland. It's deep in Russia itself. We saw early on, it garnered big headlines early in the war, right? The couple of drones that flew near the Kremlin, were buzzing around the Kremlin gates and the Kremlin Tower, Spassky Tower. That was big news at the time. Why? Because it was a wake-up call to Russians that there was a war that the Russian state-controlled media has time and again tried to keep as far from public opinion and the ordinary Russian as possible. It is coming home to roost right now. They can't hide it. Moscow's airports repeatedly in recent days and weeks have had to periodically, for several hours at a time, be shut down. Why? Because of drone activity. Ukraine, like I said, cannot match, nowhere near it in terms of arms, in terms of manpower. But what they can do, and they've gotten very nimble at it, is their domestic drone manufacturing industry. They use those drones in a manner that is able to, with minimal cost, and I would even say minimal manpower, able to drive home a very salient point about this war isn't going away. It's on your doorstep, too, and trying to remind the Russian public that they have just as much vested in trying to make sure this war ends as anyone else.
Doug, thank you. Doug Herbert.